Hello, guys, and welcome back to the No Ball Knowledge podcast. For today, we're going to do a preview of the England versus Argentina game for the second semifinal game of this World Cup. Now, Yali, going into this particular game, I think England is by far the stronger team. You know, they've been looking very cohesive. They've been playing, decent football. I think it's been effective. It's been practical. It's been efficient. They are attacking and possession based when they need to. They're capable of changing the shape, changing the formation, and be defensive when they need to hold on to leads. We've seen them play at very, very difficult grounds. We've seen them play against technical teams. We've seen them play against physical teams, and they have found a way every single time to come out on top. When Harry Kane is the main man to step up, he finds a way, and when he is having more of a quieter game, the supporting cast around him, they're the ones to step up and get the goals. So we saw that in Bellingham against Norway. And even despite all of that, we have a Thomas Tuchel that is unhappy and demanding more and demanding excellence. So this is an England team that I actually think is capable of continuing to get better and rise their levels, and one that is just looking very, very, very strong under Thomas Tuchel versus an Argentina that hasn't really been looking that great. And want to just get your analysis of them going into this particular game.
Yeah, Argentina has been the complete opposite. They've been predictable, they've been slow, they've been old, they've been, I mean, what lucky. We should definitely say that, very lucky. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what it is right now. Like with this team, I don't think there's any footballing argument
Mm,
like
nope,
eventually like for this team, and we saw it and we don't even expect a change in the 11. We don't really expect anything there, like from the tactics. This is a team that's just hanging on by their experience, by their luck, by Messi being 39 years old and being the one, to score or assist in every single game. I
crazy.
mean, it's opposites. It's opposite. Like you said, England has gone through the test, right? I don't think England has looked as good as a lot of people are giving them credit for. However, they have sort of passed every test that's been put in front of them, especially that Mexico game in the Azteca. Whereas Argentina, it's like they're getting C's in every test that they have, and I mean, it's because the teacher is kind of giving them the answer for the last five questions. Because I mean, this is absolutely awful, just from everything, from the game that they're putting, like the tactical, like they look so bad physically as well, which is kind of sad to even watch. So yeah, just not good going into like this game, into this big
They're not looking like
semifinal.
champions. They're not looking
No,
like
not at all. This
champions.
is not a. I mean, I'm sorry, but if this team ends up winning, we're all gonna say this is probably like the worst champion that we have seen. And when you say that in a semifinal game, most likely than not, that team is not gonna end up winning the World Cup. Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
that's where we stand pretty much with this Argentina side.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate reality. And you know what? You mentioned a good point. Like it is true that England haven't been looking that great, but there is something different about this England team. One is I think Thomas Tuchel. I think he does give them a different element, and I actually think that going into this particular game, they're going to have a tactical advantage. I feel like Scaloni in the last World Cup, one of the reasons that he was so good is because he was able to change things up. I mean, we talked about Argentina and how Scaloni was not afraid at all of, dropping certain players, changing things up. He revamped his entire midfield in the last World Cup, brought in a young player like Enzo and made him his holding, midfielder and the big games. He started Julian Alvarez, so, switch things around. And yet now it seems like he's not willing to do it. We thought he was going to have to do it with Messi, but he's actually not doing with the likes of DePaul. He's not doing with the likes of McAllister. And you have guys like Simeone and Nico Paz on the bench who are playing fantastic football, who can actually give them so much from a tactical perspective. And it seems like he has these untouchables. And that's the last thing that you should be doing at a World Cup. And there's something else about this England team, Yali. They're seasoned, right? They've paid their dues. They've made it to World Cup semifinals. They've made it to Euro finals and lost. This is a team that has already, like faced those hardships. They've paid their dues. They've been there. They've done it. This is a familiar place for them to be in. I don't think this is going to be the same England of, the moment being too big for them or them choking. Like they've been here. They've done it. They have found themselves in these positions. And the main guys are guys that, I think are going to be comfortable under the lights on Wednesday. And that's just a different side of England that we've never really seen before. You know what I mean? But despite all of that, there is an extra element of this game that has nothing to do with football at all. And that may just be the X factor for the Argentines because they're not looking at this game the same way that the English are they?
No, not at all. This game for the English is a big game. It's a semifinal game, and it's the chance to make it to the World Cup final, which is the ultimate goal for Argentina. Like their players, their coach, their fans. This is life or death. Like literally, they don't care how they play. They don't care about the final. They don't care about anything else. This game is more like, let's be honest. This game is not even about football. It's
No,
not. They don't really care about the football. They care about beating England because of the history they have with the whole war that happened in 1982. This is all that they care about. This is their moment. This is, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and a lot of people might think it's crazy, but if you just go and see the players and see the fans, this is the biggest game that this team is gonna play ever. Even bigger than that final that they played in Qatar, and it's not even close. If these
nope,
guys somehow lose this game, honestly, they're not gonna really care about the fact that they won the World Cup in
yep,
Qatar,
that
and
is true.
that's so harsh and is so crazy in a way. I'm to say, dude, I literally won the World Cup after 30 something years, and if I don't win this particular game 4 years after I won the World Cup, after I won two Copa Americas, I'm gonna go back to being like the villain. It's actually insane, but that's just how it is for them.
This is
Every
blood.
news
This is
outlet
soil. Yeah,
every it's more than football. It's about the people that died. It's about how they feel, whether they're right or wrong. But they have a certain feeling towards England and English people and those lands that they're fighting over. That
Falklands. Yeah,
it's just too much for them. Where I mean, they already even started. They already asked to play with the blue shirt because that's the shirt that Maradona wore when he knocked them out in 1986. So they're already using things like that to motivate themselves, which in a sense, is the best thing that could happen to them because
yep,
footballing wise, they have no arguments. Let's be honest. They have absolutely no arguments. And here, for me, I don't know how you feel about this hobby, but this is where, I mean, hopefully it plays that way because I'm an Argentina fan and I want them to go through. But this is where England has to be smart. And they have to say, I'm not going to fall into that trap. I'm not going to play that game with you. I'm here to play football because my football is better than yours, and I'm gonna let my football speak for itself. The moment that England tries to get into a fight, into a boxing fight, make this thing personal with these guys, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose their head. They're gonna lose the game because you're not gonna beat them at passion, especially when it's this type of passion.
no,
Like you're not gonna beat them at that.
no,
It, if it was any other team, right? Let's just say it's any other team, and you want to go play like the passion and the passion game with them, you're gonna lose. But especially if you're England, you're trust me, you're not even gonna get close to them in this type of game. So
no.
that's where I think England and Thomas Tuchel have to be smart, and their players have to be smart. Their leaders, I'm Harry Kane, I'm Declan Rice, like the guys I've experienced, and say, do not get into a like a kicking fight with these guys. Let's play our football and let's let our football speak for it. Like let's not give them like an extra life and that they don't need.
I completely agree with your analysis. I completely agree with the analysis. If England plays the game and not the occasion, they will have the advantage and they should go through. But if they get sunk into it, they're gonna lose. And I don't even think it's gonna be an ugly game of kicking them to bits or anything like that. I don't think it's gonna be that. But they're gonna fight for every blade of grass. They're gonna go for every challenge. They're gonna go on in every single 50-50 duel. And luckily for Argentina, and my God, are they a lucky team? This is exactly what they need to perhaps bridge the gap that exists between themselves right now. I think every single player is going to find a different level. I think every single player is going to be, feeling this game or anything. Every single person on the bench is going to be itching to come off and make a difference. And if England gets sucked into that passion, if they forego their tactics and forego their roles and find themselves as emotionally charged, that's going to play right into Argentina's hands. And you're right, it's going to come down to Thomas Tuchel and the leaders who are going to be able to say, this isn't the 1980s. Thatcher is not the prime minister. Like we don't give a, most of us can't even point to where the Falklands are on the map. We're here to play football. Let them make the noise, and we'll beat them on the day doing just that. If they can do that, they'll win this game. But that's the next challenge for England and for Argentina. Will Scaloni find a way to get this through and find a way to make it work from a tactical perspective? Or will once again this kind of badge and these group of players just find another way to go over the line as they've done before. But how long can they continue to ride that, and how long can they continue to rely on that? Would love to get your thoughts below. Will Argentina find a way through, or will they actually let the occasion get the best of them? Should they focus on their football? Should they focus on how to beat England and ignore this Falkland stuff? Or is this exactly what they need to find a way to beat them? We'd love to get your thoughts below. And before we hear from you, we want to give our predictions on who we believe is going to go through. And yet somehow we're over here getting caught up in the same passion crap, and we're the biggest
Yep.
haters of the passion merch, but we expect Argentina to find a way to go through. And I don't think it's going to be in 90 minutes. I think it might actually be on penalties. And
Yep.
you
I
think
agree.
so as well?
100%. I agree. Yep. 1-1, and on penalties, Argentina will win.
Well, that'll be
Which,
a crazy
I mean,
game.
if that happens, it will be insane.
Insane indeed. Let me know what you guys think below. Give me your predictions and let me know how each team wins this game. We'd love to know what you guys think. And we will catch you guys before the final. Thanks.